welcome to the video. Here's what I need you to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to the page, and check out the podcast below in the description.
This video is sponsored by Indeed.com/ham, where right now you can get a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/ham. Mike Evans just walks away. Like, I don't want to be in the photo when this thing goes viral. I'm getting out of the picture, which was smart. AB then runs off the field with the number 1 in the air. Like, what does that mean?
They're defending Super Bowl champs, world champs, as they say in the pros.
Okay, so it could be you still the champ till somebody beats you. Then he went peace sign. Then he went Pete, like I'm out.
Yeah.
Shirtless. Wait, look cold.
Couldn't have been warm.
He had a waiting police cruiser outside?
I don't think he did because someone took a picture of him waiting for a ride. I think he did get dressed. I think he went in there, got dressed, and took off.
And I love people like, is he going to be on the team plane? Like, no, he's gone. He's not hanging around for the team flight.
Do you think it's one of those? Obviously, they had a crazy win. I mean, did you see the end of that game? Brady hit that fucking ball down the sideline. Is that one that Bruce Arians even goes to Jason Light and just like, we're on the same page, he's gone? Or is that one of those that everyone knows? Because he says immediately in the press conference, like, he's no longer a Buck. Did Bruce have to, like, go through the channels? Or is that just everyone on the team knew? Like, we ain't never seeing that guy again.
I mean, you had to. It was known, but let's just get on the same page here real quick so I don't say anything that gets us sued. Yeah, I mean, I thought,
is it over now? Like, is it over?
I mean, until Andy Reid signs him.
But we've never seen that, right? We've seen guys get kicked out by
who
coaches.
Was the guy that retired at halftime of the Bills game? Remember Vontae Davis?
Yeah. But he just didn't want to do it anymore. He retired at halftime. He said, guys, I'm out. He told the coaches.
That was insane. And I know there's going to be a lot of talk on social about his mental health. And
I don't think there'll be that much.
Well, I mean, there is. I've already seen it, which is a legitimate conversation. Something's off. But I don't have that shit was nutty. I've never seen anything like it. Especially because he's not playing for some ragtag organization.
He's there because Tom wanted him there too specifically. Like, listen, you know, you get in bed with the devil, sometimes fucking the devil goes after you. Like, they knew what they signed up with.
Well, here's what I remember. I'm just remembering this right now. I remember doing the show when he froze his feet off.
Came in the blimp.
But there was like a few things that happened really quickly over the course of like 2 days. Remember, he was like promoting something, and there was like a half a day period of time. I was like, oh man, AB played everybody. He was just doing this for attention so he could promote something. Do you remember that? I don't remember what it was that he was promoting.
Don't really know.
I remember this moment where it was like, oh, this has all been a PR thing for him so he could promote something.
YouTube show or something?
Maybe it was a YouTube something. Garofalo wrote, it appears Antonio Brown has just released his rap song titled Pit Not the Palace. He just linked it on Instagram. Probably getting big downloads today.
Yeah.
Spot Track had this because at first I went, Spot Track tweeted that Antonio needed 8 more catches to unlock a $330,000 bonus. He needed 55 receiving yards for another $330,000. He needed a TD for another $330,000. So he came into the day with a chance to make $1 million that day.
But guy, they still have another game.
Right. And they still have another game. So I thought, well, maybe they're not throwing him the ball. He's pissed. But then I looked, he had like 5 targets in the game. So they were throwing him the ball. He was involved in the game. I don't know if as the game went on, he wasn't. But, oh, that's right.
Well,
that's right. AB was recording a docuseries about himself, Larry says. And remember, he recorded a call with Gruden. I mean, I know you remember that, but that was somehow involved.
One thing I had read is that, like, Arians pulled him out of the game, and then he wanted him to go back in the game, and he refused, and that's when he started freaking out. So maybe it was like he was just... But like you said, he came into the game, he was playing. I don't know. I'm done even trying to worry about, like, his fucking state. But to me, I'm not blaming Antonio Brown. He's a certified, all over the map, untrustworthy human being. Like, we have the evidence. It is on the Bucs. Now, they cut him. Like, he just got suspended for 3 games because he got turned in by a fake vax card. because he refused. This is a multi-millionaire to pay his fucking chef. And listen, I think you're the biggest scumbag of all time. If someone does work for you and you agree to a payment and then you don't pay them, I think those people are such losers at any, whatever the number is, especially when you have the money. Like, we've been in a situation where money didn't get paid, some shady things happened, but it was like hard to tell, like, do they even have any money? This Antonio Brown's like, you can't pay the guy 10 grand? Like, you're a fucking loser. You know, that's the reason he got turned in, because he was a loser, refused to pay his bills. Otherwise, no one ever would have known. And he already would have hit all those incentives. So maybe I think he's already kind of pissed off at this whole situation that he created. Like, you were the fucking moron that didn't cut the check to this guy who just wanted to get paid.
I'll tell you this. We've had a few comments, Ruben and G. If the documentary comes out, it's not that I'm not watching out of protest. I just don't have any interest. Antonio Brown does not interest me. It's pretty crazy when you look back at his career. It wasn't just that Antonio, it felt like, got nutty. It's that he went from being the best receiver in the league to not being close to the best receiver in the league. I mean, his year before he went to New England, he led the league in touchdowns. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight, like 1,200-yard receiving seasons. Did he call Mayock a cracker?
Yeah, he did on Twitter, I think. I don't remember that. Put a fish on the fridge.
The best AB story was he thought his chef was putting out a mafia-style hit on him when he found a fish in the fridge. I mean, John, he was 30 years old leaving Pittsburgh with 15 touchdowns and 1,300 yards, and he has scored 9 touchdowns since.
Well, he was a lock Hall of Famer after that 6-year stretch, and now it's just no one's going to vote for him. You know?
What about that speech, though?
Which one?
The one that he would have.
But I think he'd be so... Would he show up? Because remember, Terrell, didn't he go to like his college? He didn't...
Yeah.
T.O. didn't show up to the Hall of Fame. Remember, he boycotted it?
Yeah.
These guys...
took so long. Makes no sense.
I do think AB is in a completely different stratosphere than T.O., right? T.O. was playing. T.O. never did this.
Yeah.
I also think it's different, too, like when Vernon Davis, when you get sent in the locker room by a coach, like that's happened. And that will happen again. Maybe not as much. Maybe it's happened like one time in the pros.
He did jumping jacks on the field. I mean, like, his team was huddled up on the field.
There was one photo, or I saw like the dude in the stands doing it. The two teams were like going to like the offense and the defense of both the different colors were coming on to run a play, and he's taking off. There had to be people on the sideline, you know, like really just looking down, like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You see Brady after the game? I mean, he didn't really say anything, but these guys, man.
What do you think that of Arians? Like, you know, he's not on the team anymore. I want to talk about the game. Does Arians get to say that?
Well, yeah, he did.
I mean, he did, and he said this week he was a model citizen. I'm just saying, does Bruce have? I love Bruce, but does Bruce have a little more responsibility for this guy? Can you do that? We cut him. He's not our problem. It's like, well, but did you see what happened? This is insane.
I think the only way he kind of got around it is immediately he said he's no longer a Buck. Like, he is off the team.
Right.
Basically, without saying it, what if he just would have said, like, fuck that guy. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Because you could tell he was pissed. I mean, that guy just embarrassed their team. I think the hard part is, Guy, I know they're playing the lowly Jets. They had one of the most incredible moments of the day. Like Brady hitting that pass down the sideline. They were going to lose to the Jets. They were going to lose. What do you mean? No, they were losing.
I know, but they weren't. I remember flipping that game on. They're down. I'm like, they're not losing this game.
But it did take a pretty miraculous, like 40-yard bomb down the sideline. What if he just underthrows a little bit?
I would imagine too that him or Jason Light, the GM, at some point in time, one of them maybe did a Glazer say, "Are we definitely doing this?" And they're like, "Yeah, we got. Tom wants to do this. We got this under control." And you know, that's part of the reason I'd be pissed too if I was Bruce. Like I told some people, like we got control of the situation. Which,
well, remember Bruce said 2 years ago, we are not touching him. They had gone on record like we're not doing it, and Tom talked him into it. But you can't then throw Tom under the bus because the only reason you're a champion is now Tom. So it's like, yeah, this is kind of on Brady, but he's Tom Brady, so I kind of have to eat this one. But I don't really want to talk about it. But ask Tom. Like, this is his guy. Like, hey, I could say it without telling you. I don't know if Mike and Byron Leftwich were that big on him being here either. But Mike Evans and Byron Leftwich don't quite have Brady's pull. So let's ask Tom about that. And then, of course, Tom's like, well, we care about his health. And it's like, Tom, fuck.